I can't believe we are on the last episode of the eating experiment. Time flies. We've covered so much in the last 9 episodes, laying a strong foundation to approach nutrition sustainably while still enjoying the food you eat. Before we dive into the last episode, let's take a moment to reflect on the journey so far. We've touched on a lot of topics, including intuitive eating, cravings, and slowing down. We talked about hunger and fullness cues, practiced learning to trust your body again. We discussed satisfaction and gentle nutrition. We brought awareness to diet culture and mentality and how it shows up in your life. Along the way, I did my best to remind you a few things. One of those is that you are more than your body or the number on the scale. The scale is just a tool and does not define your worth in this world. Cravings aren't the enemy. They're your body's way of communicating its needs. And slowing down with each bite of food isn't just about eating. It's about reconnecting with yourself and your body's natural signals. And so this work that you've done, these experiments, have been more than just about food. It's about setting a foundation for approaching health from the inside out, with kindness and curiosity rather than fear or judgment. So I ask you to take a deep breath and take a moment to reflect on your journey through this experiment. What was your biggest insight? How can you carry it forward with you and continue practicing what has worked well for you during these experiments? Now that we've covered these topics, we're ready to take the next step, which is diving deeper into nutrition, exploring nutrition in a way that truly supports your body, mind, and goals. While this won't be a course on nutrition by any means, it's really just a conversation, especially around diet mentality and exercise and our nutritional needs. Our amazing bodies are made up of trillions of cells, and what we eat becomes the building blocks for everything from our skin to our bodies. Dr. Stacy Sims, who I've mentioned before, often emphasizes that nutrition is not just fuel for workouts. It's the foundation of your mental clarity, hormonal balance, and overall well-being. And I'd have to agree. Your experiment this week is to approach your food with the perspective of nutrition and fueling your body. Keep taking mindful bites, honoring your hunger and your fullness. Keep working on bringing awareness to your diet mentality while aiming to eat nutrient-dense meals. Up until now, I really haven't talked much about nutrition, and I haven't told you, go eat this food. I just wanted you to experiment with eating any food and practicing awareness and habit change. This week, I'm still not going to tell you what to eat, but I do ask that you focus on nutrition. While focusing on nutrition, you may notice that your diet mentality gets louder. I wouldn't overthink this. It's often very normal, as years of dieting and cutting carbohydrates don't usually go away quietly. So just do your best to notice that and let go of any diet mentality that shows up while you focus on nutrition this week. And on that note, let's talk about how diet mentality can get in the way of you focusing on nutrition. One of the very first clients I worked with was running to lose weight when we first met, when we first started working together. And she liked running. So I'm not against running being one of the ways that she moves her body because I'm all for movement. She'd heard from a friend that skipping meals before and after her runs would help her burn more calories and lose weight faster. She tried doing it that way and continued to try and push herself, but instead of feeling stronger or leaner, she found herself exhausted, irritable, and she really didn't enjoy running the way she used to. That made her kind of sad because she actually really liked running. And so while working together, we discussed the need to prioritize fueling her body with nutrients before and after exercise, and the reasons why that's important. She experimented with having a meal about 60 to 90 minutes before her run, as long as it wasn't the first thing in the morning, because then she would usually run fasted. And then she would eat usually within a half hour to an hour after her run, depending on how she was feeling. And she'd usually have like a carbohydrate and a protein. And she found that after experimenting with this for about a week or two around her runnings and timing this around her runs with her meals and snacks, that her energy did improve and that she had a faster recovery time. She was less sore from her runs. She slept better. She had a better mood. So Nutrition plays a huge role in our overall health. It's literally vital to our life, our well-being. It's a building block to our health. The food we eat isn't just weight gain or weight loss. Every bite we take does so much more than just fill us up. It gives us energy, it repairs our cells, and it keeps our systems running smoothly. From promoting healthy, glowing skin and heart health to supporting mental wellness and mood, food plays a vital role in how we feel and function on a day-to-day basis. Take, for example, foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids, or foods rich in vitamin E. Both of these nutrients are like multitaskers for your body, supporting your heart, skin, and mental health all at once. And those are just 2 nutrients that I named. There's so many nutrients out there, and there's so many whole natural foods that you can get those nutrients from to support your body and all the needs your body has. And your body has a lot of needs, more than just weight gain or weight loss. Your body is constantly keeping you in a state of homeostasis to keep you alive and thriving. Andrew Huberman, if you've ever heard of the Huberman Lab, he does a lot of research. He has a lot of great podcasts and YouTube videos that I recommend going to check out if you're really interested in nutrition. And some research that he's done highlights how blood sugar fluctuations from skipping meals or poor nutrition can lead to mood swings and fatigue. So stable blood sugar supported by balanced meals with protein, healthy fats, and fiber, nutrients. Those helps regulate your neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, which are key players in mood and mental clarity. Which skipping meals to lose weight faster, like my client was attempting to do, usually does not help with mood and mental clarity. And it doesn't just shortchange your energy and mental clarity, it undermines your overall health. Research from experts like Dr. Stacy Sims and Andrew Huberman, it explains how inadequate nutrition, especially for women, can disrupt hormone cycles and lead to increased cortisol, which is your stress hormone, and loss in bone density. All of this impacting everything from sleep to recovery. And I've already said especially for women, but I'm going to say it again. Especially for women, skipping meals during workouts can trigger something called relative energy deficiency in sport, RED-S. It's a condition that occurs when an athlete doesn't consume enough calories to meet the energy demands of their sport and daily life. While initially associated with athletes who restrict calories to lose weight, it still can affect anyone who is training hard but not eating enough to support that activity. So this is why it's really important to look at your activity level, your exercise, what you're doing on a daily basis, which is fantastic. We want to stay active, but also making sure that you're eating enough to sustainably fuel the amount of activity and energy you're putting out every day. So what does that look like for you? What does eating enough nutrient-dense foods look like for you specifically so you don't wind up tired and fatigued after a long day of exerting a bunch of energy? Your nutritional needs will vary throughout life. They will vary depending on your age, your gender, your lifestyle, so many factors. Especially for women, going to say it for the 3rd time this episode, as we go through hormonal changes throughout our life, which is just part of being a woman, our nutritional needs and our energy output will change throughout these stages as well. By all means, it's great to see a professional and see what your personal nutritional needs might be. But in the end, you're looking to eat whole, minimally processed foods whenever possible. It's that simple. The less a food is altered, the more it retains the nutrients your body needs and craves. To make nutrition ultra simple, think of food that comes from the earth. That's it. That's it. Fruits, vegetables, whole grains, nuts, seeds, proteins. These are the powerhouse foods that fuel your body for whatever the day throws at you. And these foods don't have labels. And if they do, it's because humans put them in a box for packaging. So yes, your apple might have a small sticker on it. Sure, that is a label. Or, your chicken breast might come in a package. Yes, that is true. But for the most part, it's in its whole natural form and it hasn't been broken down from that natural form. And then there's some slightly processed foods that have, like pasta is a slightly processed food. It's made from wheat, which is a whole food, and it's been ground down and then reshaped, and a few ingredients added to it usually. But then you have highly processed foods like Oreos, which if you've been listening to the podcast, I do love me an Oreo. I'm not sitting here bashing Oreos or saying I'm never going to eat one again. I'm just saying it's a highly processed food that definitely didn't grow from a tree. And that's the simplest way we can start to look at nutrition. Not good or bad, not guilt or shame, just more often than not, can you choose those foods that come from the earth, that aren't packaged, that haven't been processed? That's the main goal with the experiment this week, is to just fill your plate with more and more whole foods. I've said it once and I'll say it again. Nutrition is more than just fuel. It's how your body builds and repairs itself. This week, let's show the body some love with at least one nutrient-dense meal. By approaching nutrition with intention, curiosity, and kindness, you can step away from the rigid rules and restrictions that the diet culture and diet mentality has placed on us. Instead, I invite you to create a relationship with food that genuinely supports you, your mind, body, and soul from the inside out. If you're looking to dive deeper into nutrition, I recommend checking out the Huberman Lab or Dr. Stacy Sims. If you're looking to connect with a registered dietitian who has experience working with those who have eating disorders, let me know. I can connect you with a few. And if you'd like more support from me, I'm here to help. You can sign up for the accountability group or message me directly. And that's a wrap. Season 1 is done. Stay tuned for Season 2, the exercise experiment, coming in March. I'd like to end today's episode with a quote from Dr. Stacy Sims. Eat whole foods, listen to your body, and remember that nutrition is about thriving, not just surviving. Thank you for joining me for Season 1, The Eating Experiment. I'll see you in Season 2. Until next time, be kind and be yourself. Everyone else is already taken.